The 2025 Global Sustainable Island Summit was officially opened at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on Tuesday, May 27th. Delegates from all over the world, including small island developing states, NGOs, and government representatives, are gathered in St. Kitts and Nevis for this notable conference on sustainable development. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Dr. Joyelle Clarke, Minister of Sustainable Development, Climate Action et al., said St. Kitts and Nevis, like most small island developing states, understands the urgency of the climate crisis and the importance of the summit.
As coastal island nations, we understand, St. Kitts and Nevis understands, perhaps more intimately than most, the urgency of the climate crisis. That is why we are aggressively and ambitiously pursuing our sustainable development and our sustainable island state agenda. This is not just a policy goal, but a means of protecting lives, livelihoods, ecosystems, and future generations. Over the next 3 days, we are not simply here to digitize our experience, to stream and share and network. You can do that, but that's not the goal. We are here to concretize our discussions, to give weight, substance, and reality to bold ideas that will be exchanged. We are here to shape outcomes, to forge partnerships, and to leave this summit with transformative, actionable solutions for our islands and our people.
Officially opening the summit was Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew. He too underlined the importance of the summit, giving a voice to small island and developing states as they chart the path forward for sustainable development.
Philippines. The heat waves scorching the Pacific mirror those straining water system here in the Caribbean. And the answers we uncover in the Indian Ocean may very well hold relevance here in the Atlantic Basin. This is the spirit that must define this summit. Partnership without pretense, community without condition, and exchange without ego. It is only through this kind of intentional, honest cooperation that we will build truly sustainable island states, ones that are not only climate resilient, but socially just, economically diverse, and culturally grounded. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have taken the challenge of sustainability and made it a national compass. Through our Sustainable Island State Agenda, or CISA, we have embarked on a bold whole-of-society transformation. CISA is not a slogan. It is a framework that touches every part of our national life.
James Ellsmore, CEO of Island Innovation, the organizers of the summit, also addressed the opening ceremony, giving some insights into island innovation and the genesis of the Global Sustainable Island Summit.
So the first year we started in the island of Madeira in Portugal, focusing on the blue economy and ocean technology. Last year, we went to Prince Edward Island in Canada. That's a province of Canada working hard on clean energy and its journey to net zero. And that's where I was fortunate to meet with Minister Clarke and the Prime Minister who attended. And you might think, what does this island in the north of Canada, it was quite cold, a different climate to here, have in common? I'll let you ask the Honourable Prime Minister and Minister Clarke what they found in common. You'd be surprised how an island that different would be facing so many similar challenges, but also similar opportunities to somewhere like St. Kitts and Nevis. And that was where the government said, we need to bring this to the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, opposition leader and Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley, highlighted the cooperative relationships between the government and the opposition in pushing through geothermal energy for St. Kitts and Nevis.
I want, ladies and gentlemen, to do something perhaps a little unusual as leader of the opposition. I want to commend our Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew. Now, I hasten to say that I will not do that often, and he ought not to get too accustomed to it. But I want to commend him, and the reason I want to commend him is that when he assumed the reins of government and became Prime Minister, it was in August of 2022, that in the very first week, in fact, I recall it was in the first 2 days of his Prime Ministership, he and I met at his office here in Bastia. And we decided that we will make this idea of renewable energy, and more specifically the geothermal project in Nevis, a national priority. And I commend him because a lot of what has happened, a lot of the attention, a lot of the energy that we have in the room and around the region and around the world associated with this project has really come from that political will and that commitment. And so
the 2025 Global Sustainable Island Summit continues until Thursday, May 29th at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, with activities, conferences, and panel discussions, among other activities. SK Newsline will provide comprehensive coverage of the summit in subsequent news items. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.